This is 4. Now, Sir Simon Rattle on a personal quest. Don't stop the music.
In schools since 1988, simple music making has been part of the national curriculum. But if you wanted to learn to play an instrument, you had 2 options. One was to pay for private tuition, or the other was to get music lessons through the local education authority's music services. Now, these were never a blanket provision like the NHS. I mean, they grew up too piecemeal to be that. But there was one big guiding principle behind it all, which was music for all. Basically, most children got free music lessons, and the results have been the envy of the world. But there's a huge problem. In 1990, local education authorities spent £100 million a year on music education. In the intervening 8 years, this has shrunk to £30 million a year. Local authorities have been squeezed and rate-capped so much that our children have lost £70 million per year of music provision. It's a chilling thought that over the last few years, as many as 300,000 children may have disappeared off the musical map.
Simon Rattle epitomizes the international success story of British music. But at the grassroots, in the schools, a crisis has been developing. A crisis he has been campaigning about for a decade. This summer, as Labour declared every child should be able to learn an instrument, he travelled the country to examine the state of music education.
In 1990, a rate-capped Derbyshire axed its entire music service. Now in Springwell Community School, the children who can't afford to pay for lessons can only sing in the choir. Could you explain to me, what happened with the axing of the music service here?
It was a cost-cutting exercise, and overnight it couldn't have been paid for anymore.
But that must be a disaster for areas without money like this.
It is a disaster, yes. I mean, it takes time to come through, but give us a few more years' time and there may well be no symphony orchestras, because people aren't going to go out there and buy a double bass on a whim because the child wants to learn to play a double bass and pay for all the lessons for years and years. In the old system, if somebody wanted to have a go on a double bass, they had a go. And there was a symphony orchestra out there that they could join. You'll have no orchestras to conduct in a few years' time.
I'm sure. I completely believe that.
Like the mighty mountains high above, soft and like, tenors and like. So let's just try that. Tenors, you do not come in until I go, ooh. Ready?
For the last 8 years, Derbyshire's Education Authority has sent no free peripatetic music teachers to Springwell. There are no free lessons in class time.
So what you do at the end is fantastic. Just do me the end. Never let me near this. Do me that for the first fly away. Yeah, so tell us off. 1, 2, 3.